Welcome to CINEPRO, where we bring your favorite movies back to life with quick recaps, hidden details, and everything you missed. Our movie begins with a group of students sitting in a lecture. The professor is explaining something while noticing one of the guys switching slides, showing pictures of the students partying instead of the proper images for the lecture. This makes the rest of the students laugh. When the professor turns to look at the screen, he finds the correct slides back again. He realizes that the three students, Anderson, Nelson, and Corey, were behind the prank. After the lecture, he scolds them, saying their academic performance is terrible and threatens that they might get expelled if they don't improve. He gives them one last chance. Instead of studying, they decide to take a trip to Florida to relax. On the way, they hit an armadillo with their car, leaving the windshield covered in blood. The armadillo's owner approaches them, asking for a ride, but they laugh at him and drive off. Later, they stop at a gas station, where they see a car with two attractive girls and another girl with them. Corey approaches them, saying he wants to meet them in Florida. Anderson even writes his phone number on one of the girls' stomachs. They drive off at night, and Nelson decides to take a shortcut, thinking it will get them there faster. But by morning, they realize they've ended up at a dead end. Driving further, they come across a strange village. The villagers warmly welcome them, singing and dancing. A man named Mayor Buckman greets them, telling them there's a festival happening in the village and inviting them to join. Corey suggests they leave and continue their trip to Florida. But when they notice the car of the girls they met at the gas station arriving in the village, they change their minds and decide to stay for a while. Meanwhile, a guy named Malcolm and a girl named Leah arrive at the village on a motorcycle, also thinking it's a shortcut. Mayor Buckman welcomes them too and instructs the musicians to escort the guests to the hotel. The three guys start spending time with the girls. Later, Corey notices the guy who was with the girls at the gas station suggesting they leave the village. But before they can act, a man named Alexander Harper appears, offering to show them around. One of the girls, Kate, agrees to explore with Harper. He gives her a necklace. He takes her to a spot where his parents first met. She tries to get closer to him. Meanwhile, the three guys are busy helping a boy catch his cat. The boy mentions he plans to hang the cat, shocking them. While Kate is with Harper, he blindfolds her. When she opens her eyes, she finds herself tied to 4 horses. The horses are whipped to run in opposite directions, tearing her apart. Later, we see the villagers eating meat at a table. Ricky eats some of the meat, not realizing it has a tattoo that belonged to Kate. The guys don't notice her absence at first. Anderson spends time with another girl, Joy. Nelson interrupts them, but later Anderson and Joy go off to a room alone. Malcolm and Leah are training in their room, while Corey is with 2 other girls. Ricky is dancing and playing sports with a friend. A girl enters Nelson's room, puts a hose in his mouth, and pours acid down his throat, dissolving his organs. The next day, Mayor Buckman gathers Anderson, Joy, Ricky, Corey, Leah, and Malcolm, announcing another festival. When they ask about Kate, Harper claims she left with Nelson. The villagers separate the men and women as part of the festival rituals. In one scene, we see the villagers cutting up bodies of the dead and setting their heads aside. Anderson, Ricky, and Malcolm are together while Corey chases after 2 girls. He sees them together and then returns to the group. The men play a game where they throw horseshoes at targets, not realizing the targets are the disguised heads of the deceased. Meanwhile, Joy and Leah take a bath and then dress in the village girls' traditional clothing. Ricky joins them. Joy later goes off to look for Anderson. Leah dances under a bell, which the villagers drop on her, crushing her to death. The villagers cheer and enjoy watching her die. Ricky, horrified by what he sees, tries to escape, but the villagers catch him and kill him as well. Corey talks to the men about what the women did in the garden. Joy expresses concern about Kate's mysterious disappearance. While walking, Joy meets a village girl who gives her Kate's necklace, which she had received from Ricky. Anderson decides to search for Kate, while Malcolm looks for Leah. Corey stays with Joy, and they agree to leave the village. However, Mayor Buckman gathers everyone in the town square. Anderson tries to escape but ends up in the kitchen, where he sees blood on the floor. When he lifts the lid off a pot, he finds only fruit inside. 2 villagers claim the strawberries melted and caused the stains. Anderson leaves, unsettled. Malcolm, searching for Leah, sees someone wearing her skin and runs after them. The villagers surround him, tie him up, and crush him with a giant rock. Corey enters a room where a girl wearing metal teeth attacks and kills him. Anderson found their car, and it wasn't working. Their motorcycle was without keys. At that moment, these 2 girls appeared, and one of them hit him with a slingshot, causing him to lose consciousness. When he woke up, he found himself tied to a table, and Joey was tied to that column as well. Around Anderson were covered plates, and when Mir lifted the cover, They saw their friend's head cut off in the plate, dead and slaughtered. Anderson tried to trick them, saying, "You'll kill me, but free me up so you can enjoy it." When they believed his act, he grabbed a rope, threw it at one of them, threatened them, and untied Joey to escape. Afterward, they set the place on fire to flee. But Mir had a weapon and was shooting. And at that moment, Mir was using his weapon, trying to finish Anderson off. However, Anderson managed to overpower him and was about to kill him. He even grabbed a fork and held it in front of his eye, intending to gouge out the other eye. But at that moment, Mir said, "All right, I swear I'll let you go, and I won't let anyone come near you." So they got on the motorcycle and left. The next morning, they went to the police station to report what had happened there. But when they went back with the police, they found nothing but graves. There, a man told them that the last people who lived there were 150 years ago. Anderson was confused about how this had happened, and since he didn't want any trouble, he apologized to the officer and said, "We're sorry, sir." But it turned out that the officer was also part of the village people and was deceiving them too. At that moment, Anderson and Joey decided to ride the motorcycle and leave. They didn't notice that there was a barbed wire on the road. As they were speeding, the wire cut through them both, and they died in the end. The horrifying events continue to happen in the village of cannibalistic residents. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications so you don't miss our upcoming videos.